Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Wlbt. Plus, my name is Cara Shirley, and I'm your digital news desk host. It is Monday. Actually, it's the last Monday of July, Monday, July 29th. And it was a particularly good weekend here in Mississippi. I mean, we did have some rain, showers, and everything, but it was a nice weekend. Hope you got to get outside and enjoy some of the decent weather before the heat really kicks back up this week. It's fun times, summertime in Mississippi. But got a lot of stuff to get to you today, and going to go over that weather hit with you. Hey, guys, I see you guys tuning in. Clarissa. Hello, Clarissa. How are you doing today? Sandra is here with us as well. Hello, Sandra. I do appreciate you guys tuning in with me weekdays at 1 o'clock. Also want to let you know about a new show that we have that is starting this week. You may have seen it this morning, but it's going to be twice a day at 10 and then at 2:30. And that is our First Alert Weather team, our First Alert Weather Plus. They're going to come on and kind of give you a breakdown of our forecast, what is happening. If there's any like crazy weather stuff, they're going to be able to talk with you about that, answer any questions that you have, and really just chat with you guys. Love being able to communicate, or not communicate, but to connect with you, our viewers here in the metro and all around. So make sure you're tuned in for that. Weekdays right now it's at 10 and 2:30. So make sure you're back here at 2:30 today to check it out. Pauline Rogers says hello. Hello to you as well, Pauline. So we do have a lot of new stuff to get to today. Let you know what's going on, what's been happening here in the past few weeks in the Jackson area. But first, let me show you what it looks like outside. Outside downtown Jackson. How beautiful of a shot is that? The beautiful blue skies, the white puffy clouds, sun shining. I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous view out there. And if you look in the, see my mouse here in the clouds on the left side of your screen, that is a wasp antenna hanging down right there. He's been kind of crawling all over the camera this morning, or this afternoon rather. But it is a beautiful day in downtown Jackson. Beautiful day across Mississippi, really. So we're going to first tell you about a teenager who was wanted in connection for a shooting that happened in Brookhaven. He has been arrested, and he was actually arrested in Texas. So it was a deadly shooting at an apartment complex over there in Brookhaven. And U.S. Marshals did arrest 15-year-old Christian Collins. Let me get him pulled up for you. I'm hitting the wrong buttons again. Here we go. Christian Collins, this is him on screen, 15 years old. He was arrested in San Marcos, Texas. He was wanted for shooting and killing a 23-year-old in Brookhaven last month. He was found in his mother's apartment in Texas, And she is now also being charged with obstruction of justice. So, Christian here, 15-year-old Christian, is being charged with murder and aggravated assault. That he has been taken into custody in Texas and will be brought back here to Mississippi to face trial. Bobby Robinson saying good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, Bobby. Kathy Ford saying good afternoon. And then Barbara Brantley tuning in from Grand Bay, Alabama. Hello, Barbara. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me here for WLBT Plus. Like we tell you all the time, but if you're new here, you may not have heard this. This is kind of our interactive newscast. So you can, of course, watch all of our newscasts on our website, WLBT.com, through our mobile app. You can get those alerts and notifications through that. But we also have the ability to talk with you guys real time through our social media pages. So if you want to check that out, the live stream out rather on YouTube or on Facebook, you can join the conversation there if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, anything about what we talk about here, and or you have some tips that you want to help us with. We love those too. A lot of times, we don't know what we don't know until people let us know, if that makes any sense to you. So if you have any comments or questions, thoughts, anything you want us to look into, you can certainly leave those in the comments here, or you can email me, cara.shirley@wlbt.com. Zila Wilson is tuning in from Hattiesburg. Hello, Miss Wilson. How are you doing? And then Harris is joining from somewhere. Just says hello. Hi, how are you? Now we're going to something else that happened here in the Jackson area. It was a shooting that happened yesterday afternoon, and JPD is now investigating it. Shooting happened during a fight. So what they're saying is that this happened on Alta Woods Boulevard around 4:30 yesterday. And I'm going to pull that up on the screen for you so you can see where this is. So here, the orange, red, whatever you want to call it, line right here. This is Alta Woods Boulevard here in Jackson. So you see we've got I-20 right here, I-55 coming down. And if you want to look at it in relation to downtown Jackson, here's what we're looking at. The yellow box here is approximately where downtown Jackson is. This is where the shooting took place, right here in the bottom left of your screen. So 2 men were involved in this. Officials say one of the men shot the other. The victim was taken to the hospital, is expected to make a full recovery. No arrests have been made at this time. And we have not been given any names at this time. But if you have any information, you are asked to contact Jackson Police Department or Crime Stoppers and let them know what it is that you know. So we have been following for a while the story of Jackson City Councilman Kenneth Stokes trying to get security at gas stations and places that have a higher than average crime rate that happens at their business. Well, yesterday, Councilman was at a gas station that has been the scene of several violent crimes, and he was saying that it should be shut down. Councilman Kenneth Stokes also had a group of residents with him protesting outside the Texaco on Medgar Evers Boulevard. So let me get it here for you. So earlier this month, and this is where you can see it on the screen here. Earlier this month, 23-year-old Jacoby Austin was shot and killed outside of this store. And this is the latest in what Councilman Stokes says is too many violent crimes. So he's been pushing for security guards to be hired at businesses where such crimes have become a problem. And he and the protesters say that this particular business says that they should be closed.
This place is still open. People continue to die. You have 3 apartment complexes within a mile radius where children come here to get Coca-Cola, candy, and they have to witness dead bodies.
Stokes also says that he plans to bring up some of his concerns at the city council meeting, which is happening tomorrow. We will follow that, let you know what he has to say about it. A lot of you still tuning in here. We got Janet here in Jackson. Hello, Janet. Michelle Harper is tuning in from Denver, Colorado. Hello, Michelle. Nice. How's the weather over there in Denver? I'm sure it's not nearly as hot as what it is here over in Jackson. Lisa Moore is tuning in from Carthage, Mississippi. Appreciate you guys watching us here with WLBT Plus, and appreciate you letting me know where you're tuning in from. Uh, Making sure I'm not missing anybody. I don't want to miss anybody because that's kind of rude. I'm not going to do that. This is, again, if this is the first time tuning in, our interactive newscast. Kind of sounds corny if you say it too many times, but that's really what it is. It gives us the opportunity to talk to you guys real time during the newscast. You can leave your comments, leave questions, anything you want to say. You're more than welcome. Get it right. More than welcome to put it there in the comment section. And I am definitely watching them. Hope you be nice. I always say this, but I also always say it's a free country, so you can say what you want to say. Michelle Harper is saying that the weather is great out in Denver. That's good to know. Good to know. Devin from Laredo, watching from Jackson, or you're from Jackson and you're watching from Laredo. I have family from Laredo area, so nice to hear or see you. And Angela here is tuning in from Jackson as well. Love it, love it, love all you guys tuning in. I really appreciate it. So you guys probably heard about some of the carjackings that have happened here, that has happened here in Jackson, especially over this past weekend. So there have been more than 500 car thefts in Jackson just in this year so far. And of course, the police are working to try to put a stop to it. So this video that you're going to see here on your screen, actually, let me get it big for you. So this video is from last week when police recovered 8 stolen cars in South Jackson. So so far there have been 563 car thefts in Jackson. Of that number, 65 of them were Kias, 87 were Hondas. And we talked to the police department here, wanted to ask, why are Kias and Hondas being targeted? Well, here is what they had to say in case you weren't aware of this and you own one of these type of vehicles.
With those cars, you don't have to break the stern column to steal them. You just need a phone charger to steal these particular cars, which is much easier for anyone to steal. It only takes seconds. They steal cars to go out and commit other crimes, such as robberies, homicides, and then once they commit those crimes, they're either pass the car off or either they'll dump the car.
So when it comes to preventing your car from being stolen, police say it's best if you park your car in a well-lit area and, of course, lock your doors, never leave any valuables in your car. But, with these Hondas and these Kias, there's a lot of insurance companies that are either jacking up the rates on those type of vehicles or they're not covering them at all. And I know if you look it up, you can see where there are certain vehicles within the Kia line that had issues with being stolen, people being able to easily steal them, and a lot of insurance companies are not covering. So you can definitely want to make sure that you keep your vehicle protected, keep it locked, and keep it in a safe spot if possible. So looking back here at our Facebook comments here, we have, let's see, Wesley Keiser is here, and he says he worked at the Madison County, or you work at the Madison County Jail and had some of the Goon Squad with you. It's very interesting. Thank you for letting us know that. Yeah, we're going to be talking about an update with the Goon Squad here in just a moment. Let's see. Yes, Toy Tom is saying, yet number 1, put GPS device on your car. And number 2, stay in a well-lit area for your vehicle. Very, very true. And the Michelle Harper is from Cleveland, but is currently living in Denver. Well, thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate you that. And we have the Mike Magazine here. Hello, how are you? So let's talk now about the updates in the Goon Squad case. So there was a federal suit against Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey by 2 black men who were tortured and abused by the Goon Squad. That federal court case is going to be moving forward. Federal civil case, civil suit. Um, and this was all brought by a federal judge. So the county had asked, let me come here, get this pulled up for you all the way. So the county had asked for the case to be dismissed against the sheriff and the county in part because it claimed Bailey was entitled to qualified immunity. So Judge Daniel Jordan, he disagreed. His order, which was handed down last Wednesday, allows Michael Corey Jenkins and Eddie Terrell Parker to prove their claims against Brian Bailey. It says here that if they for failure to train, supervise, or discipline his deputies. He also says the victims can sue the county for the same thing, which is failure to train or supervise. So that is some of the developments that were handed down from the federal judge on last week. Now, the former Rankin County deputies and a former Richland officer did plead guilty last year to beating, torturing, and abusing Jenkins and Parker back in January of 2023. Of course, you guys have heard the story. At one point, a deputy shot Parker in the mouth. Many of them called themselves the Goon Squad, which had a history of excessive force in other cases that they had worked. Former law enforcement officers also attempted to cover the whole thing up and planted evidence to suggest that officers' actions were justified. All six of them are now behind bars on state and federal charges. So the federal judge, though, says that they can move forward with their civil case. The two gentlemen who were beaten and tortured, they can move forward. And the Sheriff Bailey is not entitled to qualified immunity in this case. So, of course, as we have been with the entire Goon Squad case, we're going to continue to follow this, continue to give you guys information as we can. Let's see, Gerald Wilson, he left his opinion that Bailey is just as guilty. Thank you for that opinion. Thank you for talking about that. I guess we're going to find out. Will he be considered guilty in a civil court case? Civil is not criminal. Obviously, if he is found liable or in the wrong here, he could be sued, but that doesn't necessarily mean jail time. Of course, we're going to definitely follow it. We are going to follow it. And now let's talk about some of fun stuff. Not really fun stuff. We are going to be starting August. What day? Thursday? Just a few days away. Cannot believe it's already August of 2024, but here we go. And we've had like 3 weeks since we've had our hurricane. We had Hurricane Beryl. I'm not good with names. But what we are watching right now is more tropical storms that could be coming this way. So according to an expert at Colorado State University, they're saying that more hurricanes are coming sooner rather than later. So the research scientist says tropical activity in the Atlantic usually ramps up during the second half of August. The Storm Center says a part of the Western Atlantic and the Caribbean has seen at least 20% chance of tropical development during that time frame. And this is the most active time of the Atlantic hurricane season runs from mid-August to mid-October. Peak hurricane season is usually around middle of September. So we've already had we've had 2 tropical storms that got named, and it's been 3 weeks since we've had another one, and they are definitely watching the tropics because they're expecting more to be coming. They're expecting more to be coming. Let's see. Toy Thomas talking about Sheriff Brian Bailey says, this is going to be crazy. I haven't heard about the sheriff yet pertaining to this issue. Very interesting to see how it turns out. And I agree with you. It will be very interesting to watch and see how it unfolds. And we're going to give you that information when it comes into us as we get it. We're going to be, if we can be in those court cases, we are. And we're going to give you guys the information that we get here. So let's talk about the Olympics now that is happening over in Paris. Team USA is definitely racking up the gold medals, the silver, all the medals. So they're getting a good number of medals. Let's put it that way. What is your favorite thing to watch in Olympics? Last night, my family and I sat around and we watched the gymnastics. I love watching Simone Biles. I loved learning about the other not artists, the other athletes that were out there. A lot of them I haven't heard about. Of course, there's been so much surrounding Simone Biles because she is the goat of gymnastics. But it was nice and refreshing to learn about the other women that were on the gymnastics women's team for Team USA. There's a 16-year-old on Team USA's gymnastics team. Could you imagine being 16 years old and living that reality right now? It's got to be crazy and overwhelming. But we got a lot of medals to talk about that has happened for Team USA. And in case you didn't know, you can watch all of the Olympic coverage on NBC, which is right here, WLBT, and you can check out all of that. But let's see, we're going to talk about what medals we have won so far. We, as in the United States, but not we, as in me getting out there and doing it, because I could definitely not do anything that any of these athletes are doing. So for mountain bike cycling, we have a silver medal that was won there. For cycling on the road, we have one bronze medal. In the diving, we have one silver. In fencing, we have one silver and one gold. In skateboarding, y'all, I didn't know that skateboarding was an Olympic sport. I had no idea. I think it's really cool, though. I think it's really cool. But in skateboarding, we have one silver and one bronze. And in swimming, we have two golds, three silvers, and two bronze medals. I got all of these numbers off of the Olympics.com website. You can check that out there. And of course, you can watch all of the Olympics coverage right here on WLBT 3 on your side. And I know I'm definitely watching it. I love the Olympics. I love the gymnastics. I love gymnastics. It is my favorite. Let's see. Oh, a toy says that the gymnastics and ice skating are her favorites. They're having break dancing this time. I didn't know that either. I'm gonna have to watch that. That sounds like it'd be so much fun to watch. Yeah. Thanks so much, Toy. I appreciate that. But yeah, so a lot of opportunities for some great medals. I can't wait to watch the all around with the gym. I love watching gymnastics. When I was a child, I've wanted to do gymnastics. I think I only ever learned how to do a cartwheel and a somersault, which is not that impressive. And I'm definitely not going to try and do that now. Not in my 40s. No way. The Mike magazine says, yes, the break dancing is new this year, I think. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. But that is going to be the end of WLBT Plus today. You guys make sure that you are tuning back in here to at 2:00. No, sorry, at 2:30 for WLBT Plus, talking with the First Alert Weather team. We're going to have Dave and Ashley in here, kind of going over everything, looking at stuff, breaking down forecasts, asking any or answering any questions that you guys may have. Definitely want to make sure you check them out. I'm going to show you the sky cam again, looking over downtown Jackson, and let you guys see the. Now, of course, they all fly away from the camera. They are camera shy. There was, see the wasps? Maybe not. There he is. Hi. Yeah, there he is. That's our new motto, or not motto, our mascot for WLBT Plus is the wasp on the screen. All right, guys, that is the end of WLBT Plus today. I'll be back tomorrow at 1:00. Make sure you tune in then. And then, of course, today at 2:30, tune in to our First Alert Weather team on WLBT Plus as they talk the weather with you. Make sure you download the First Alert Weather app. You download the WLBT News app. You're going to get those notifications on any kind of changes to the forecast that's coming to your area. And you'll also be able to get notifications on breaking news, and you'll be able to watch all of our newscasts live, either on demand or streaming live as they happen. You guys have a great day. If you're outside, make sure you stay hydrated, try to stay cool, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.